Mathura and then coming to Braj. This is a classic example of something that is happening only in this world. It happens as Prakat Leela, but doesn't happen in the Aprakat Leelas. And there are so many such examples. So small things that we see can be connected or should be connected towards Krishna. And we all should make this endeavor to join the dots. Like we see, for those devotees who are married, you have a ring. Of course, I am not, but it's just an example. You have a ring, or many times girls also have this habit of wearing rings. This ring can remind us of Krishna in so many ways. So many ways. Like, for example, we were speaking about Krishna Leela. In the pastimes of Sri Ram, one time, Sita Maya was very angry with Sri Ram. So even Sri Ram has some grahastha problems. Even he has some domestic problems. Even if you're the Supreme Lord, there may still be some grahastha fights. So one time Sita Maya was in Man. Just like for Radharani we say Man, sulking anger. Likewise, Sita Maya was in anger. She was in Man. And she was not talking to Sri Ram. Sometimes silence is more painful than your speech. So Sita Maya was not talking, and Sri Ram, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna bhavishyani ta bhutani mam to vedana kaschana. He knows past, present, future. He knows all the Vedas, but he doesn't know how to please his own wife. Sri Ram is thinking, he's scratching his head, what should I do? Sita Maya is not talking. So Sri Ram, he removes his ring and he places the ring in one corner of the room. And on purpose, he's searching in another corner of the room. So Sita Maya, she sees the whole scene and she thinks to herself, ring is there in this corner. My husband is searching in that corner. How will he ever get the ring? And Sri Ram is doing that on purpose so that somehow Sita Maya sees this and starts talking to him. So Sita Maya sees the whole thing and she realizes if this is how he keeps searching, he may probably never get the ring. So Sita Maya picks up the ring and she goes towards Sri Ram and she gives the ring to Sri Ram. And when Sri Ram sees the ring, he accepts the ring and Sri Ram acts as if he had no idea where the ring was. When Sita Maya gives the ring, Sri Ram says, oh, thank you so much. I had no idea where the ring was. If not for you, O Sita, how would I even get the ring? But by that interaction, it's not that Sri Ram wanted the ring, but by that interaction, Valmiki Ramayana explains the anger that Maya Sita had was completely gone. It's almost as if Sri Ram poured a bucket full of water on the anger of Maya Sita and Maya Sita was completely calm. Now, when Sita Maya was there in Ashokvatika, we see Hanuman gets the ring and gives it to Sita Maya. And when Sita Devi sees that, she starts crying. And she says, my dear Hanuman, let me tell you something about this ring. And at that place, Sita Maya narrates this story to Hanuman. And she says, my dear Hanuman, my only hope is just like that ring reunited me with my husband last time. I am hoping that this time also, now that you've got the ring, it will very soon reunite me with my husband. These are small instances, dear devotees. Even through a ring, we can remember Krishna. And there are so many examples even in Krishna Leela to illustrate this. Small things that we see should remind us of Krishna, and we should make this endeavor. It may not be natural, but we have to make some endeavor. Yashoda Maya put so much endeavor. Swinnam Vaktram. She was sweating. She was perspiring, but she did not give up. We have to make endeavors. When we look around, when we see trees, what do we remember? There are so many things that we can remember from trees. Okay, let's do an exercise. When we go out and see a tree, what are some things that we remember from a tree? Feel free to unmute and speak. What are some things that in connection with Krishna or Mahaprabhu or Ram, whatever, in connection to a tree, what are some things that we can remember?
Prabhuji, Damodar pastime?
Damodar Leela 1. Yes. What else?
I was thinking of
Seeing
Jagannath,
Kadambatri.
Baladev, and Subhadra, how they're the special trees that they have to find in order to make the deities. Jagannath
Correct.
deities.
Daru Brahma. Yes. 2.
Kadamba tree remembers of Radharani.
Kadamba Tamal. Yes. What else?
The symbolic tree of the Chaitanya Sampradaya.
Okay. Symbolic tree of Chaitanya Sampradaya. Okay. 5.
Reflection to the spiritual world, like 15th chapter it speaks, right?
Yes. 15th chapter. Purushottam. Yes. 6. What else?
Representation of the mundane world where Paramatma and Jivatma are sitting on the same branch in the Mundaka Upanishad.
Yes. 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 2 words. Yes. Wonderful. What else?
Tolerance.
Tolerance. Yes. Mahaprabhu's Trinadapi Sunichena Tarvareva Sahishnuna. 3 example. Yes. What else?
Patram Pushpam Phalam.
Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Yes. 926. What else? One more.
Prabhuji, Krishna's flute.
Krishna's flute. Yes. Vamshi, Venu, Murali. All coming from the tree. So small examples like this. It can just be a tree. And we all see trees. Whether it's India or America. We all see trees. And different devotees, different analogies, different ways of perceiving things. Krishna can be seen at all times, at all places, all circumstances. Like in Hindi, they say, "Bas nazariye ki hai baat." It's only a question of drishtikon, Shastra explains. If we constantly study Shastra, it's only a matter of time, small things, we'll start remembering Krishna. Sripad Aindra Prabhu would say that even a book can remind us of Krishna. Any normal book that you pick up. How can a normal book remind us of Krishna? Can anyone think? Yes, Sripad Aindra Prabhu would say, Sripad Aindra Prabhu would say, how does a book remind us of Krishna? Because every book has white paper and black ink on it, black imprint. So Aindra Prabhu would say the black is nothing but Krishna and the white pages are Sri Radha. Every book has this. White pages remind us of Sri Radha and the black imprint or the black ink is Sri Krishna. In small things, we can start seeing Krishna. It doesn't have to be big. Probably we are not in the state of Prahlad Maharaj where we can connect even poison to be his uncle, or snakes in the form of Ananta, or fire like the mouth of Vishnu. We may not be in that stage, but small things that we see around can easily be connected to Sri Krishna. So many examples that way. Likewise, if we take another example, if we take, for example, the color yellow, what are some things that remind us of the color yellow?
Yellow dress.
Pitambar Dhari, yes. Pitambar Vesh.
Prabhuji, complexion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Complexion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yes.
Radharani.
Radharani.
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Pre. Complexion of Sri Radha. What else? One more.
Complexion of Subhadra Devi.
Complexion of Subhadra Devi. Okay.
Kanaka Kapisham.
Kanaka Kapisham. Yes. Pitambar Dhari. Yes. So small things that we see. It can just be colors. It can be trees. Whatever it is, we can join dots and start remembering Krishna. Small endeavors will eventually help us remind or help us remember Krishna in the bigger picture. It starts with small endeavors. Color of Mahaprabhu's clothes, yes. So many examples. In the Nava Gaura Varam also song we find Mahaprabhu is addressed as Pitambar Dhari, or someone who's wearing yellow garments. Without the mercy of our superiors, without the mercy of Sri Guru, it is very difficult to remember Krishna. And mercy comes in the form of studying Shastra, in the form of hearing Shastra, and in 3 other forms as we described. Meenavritti, Dvijavritti, and Kamatavritti, in the form of fish, in the form of birds, in the form of tortoise. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very merciful. More merciful than Sri Krishna. In the case of Krishna in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, it is explained when Gopakumar goes back home, back to Godhead, and sees Krishna face to face. Krishna embraces him, and with tears in his eyes, Krishna tells Gopakumar that, my dear Gopakumar, where were you? I was waiting for you for such a long time, my dear Gopakumar, where were you? Krishna embraces him tightly, and Krishna tells him, my dear Gopakumar, you had a guru by the name Jayanta. But do you know who Jayanta was? What was his identity? My dear Gopakumar, that Jayanta was me. I personally came down as your own guru to take you back home, back to Godhead. In our lives also we find Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastre. Sri Guru is not different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who's come down to this world to shower his mercy on the Jiva, so that the Jiva can, as soon as possible, pack his bags and go back home, back to Godhead. Sthavara Jangama dekhe na, dekhe Tara Murti, Sarvatra hoye nija Isha Deva Spurti. When we start advancing, one fundamental quality is we start seeing Krishna at all places. We see the hand of God at all times. Krishna is merciful, yes, but more merciful is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't say any qualification. Patra apatra vicharanam na kurute. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati explains whether someone is qualified or someone is not qualified. Mahaprabhu is ready to accept and embrace that person. Jai aage pade tara karaye uddhar, preme matta nityananda kripa avatar. Preme matta nityananda kripa avatar, uttama adhama kichu nakare vichar. Jai aage pade tara karaye uddhar, preme matta nityananda kripa avatar. He doesn't see who's qualified. He doesn't see who's unqualified. Jai aage pade tara karaye uddhar. Anyone who falls at the feet of Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu is ready to uplift them. And offering obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu is not very difficult. Raghunath Das Goswami would offer 2,000 obeisances to the devotees, 3,000 obeisances to Krishna. All that we have to do is just offer one obeisance. Srila Guru Maharaj, in many of his classes, he says, whenever we leave the house and whenever we enter the house, we should offer obeisances to our deities. Every time we leave the house and every time we enter back to the house, we should offer. And so many congregations I have seen, many devotees have this practice. Whenever they leave the house, they will offer obeisances. And whenever they again come back, they will again offer obeisances. Krishna is merciful, but more merciful is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, very difficult to get Krishna. But with the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, sky is the limit. We can get Krishna and we can also get Srimati Radharani. We can get their mercy and we can pack our bags and go back home, back to God. We find in the very famous song, Jadi Gaur na hoito tabe ki hoito. So beautifully our Acharya explain. Jadi Gaur na hoito tabe ki hoito. Jivan bahit kishe. Radhar mahima prema rasa sima jagata janat ke. Radhar mahima prema rasa sima jagata janate ke. If not for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how would we ever know about Srimati Radharani? How would we ever know about Vrindavan Dham? And there is no one more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gao puna puna gaurangera guna. Gao puna puna gaurangera guna. As much as possible, the tongue should be chanting the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So with this hope, we aim to purify ourselves whenever we get time. Not just our 16 rounds. Whenever we have time. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Prabhupada's dear godbrother and dear Siksha Guru, would have this habit. Whenever he would have time, he would keep chanting Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. And with so many recordings we find, in small instances, he would keep chanting the name of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Because the name of Krishna considers offenses. The name of Mahaprabhu doesn't consider any offenses. There has to be Shuddhikaran, there has to be purification before we can see Krishna. and name gives that purification. And more merciful than Krishna Nam is Gaura Nam. Gaura Nam, Gaura Dham, Gaura Rupa Gun, Aparada Nahimani Tarite Nipun. Krishna's name or Gauranga Mahaprabhu's name, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's qualities, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu's land, that is Navadvip, doesn't consider offenses. Anyone who takes shelter of these places, Tarite Nipun, very fast will be delivered and can sit on the royal plane like Dhruva Maharaj and go back home, back to God. Having said this, I very humbly want to stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class and very nice exercise of thinking of Krishna in all the ways. Whatever we see, everywhere we can think about Krishna. By your exercise, it has become more easy. Now, whatever we see, we can easily relate to Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So now we have raised hands. Prabhu, do you have time for the questions?
Maybe just one question because I'm on my phone and my phone is almost out of charge.
Okay.
So maybe just
So we
one
will take
question.
Kirtida Mataji. Kirtida Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranams. Very beautiful session, Prabhu. I'll not take much of your time, directly jump on question. You said about the Balya Leela. Like on one hand, even I do agree that there are all pastimes in spiritual world. But heard that Balya pastime is not there because there Krishna is always Nava Yauvanam. So would you like to comment on that?
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, at least in Bhagavatamrita Karna, explains that Balya Swarup is there because if a devotee has got attracted to Damodar Leela or has got attracted to Yashodanandan Krishna, then how is it that after going to spiritual world, how will he express his love if that form of Krishna is not present? If only Paughanda, wrestling pastimes, 6 to 10 or 10 to 15 is there. Now, someone may get attracted to 0 to 5 age group. But if that form of Krishna is not present, how will he express his love? And every jiva gets attracted to one form of Krishna. So, at least from what I've heard from devotees and from Shastra, Krishna is there in all phases. And if Krishna is not present as Balya Swarup in the spiritual world, then he will not present that in this world. Nuances might change. The pastime, subtle aspects might change. As we discussed, coming from Mathura to Vrindavan, these are subtle aspects that may change. But three phases of Balya, Paughanda, and Kaishora are there in the spiritual world also. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this in Bhagavatamrita Karna.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhu. Mataji wants to talk maybe.
Thank you so much. Such a beautiful class, so much clarity, and very, very, very nice presentation. Thank you so much.
Yeah. As Prabhuji's phone is out of charge, we can close the call here. Sorry, whoever raised the hand, maybe next time. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Grace Arjun Sakha Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari
Arjun
Bol.
Sakha Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you so
Hare
much for the
Krishna.
wonderful class. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Jai
सबको
Shri
मेरे
Jai
से
Shri
वृंदावन
Radhe
धाम।
Shyam.
Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna,
Arjun Sakha
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, all your devotees. We are ending the call here. Hare